Yeah, as long as it's not in your house.
Sure. Right. Especially making that noise, because fuck that.
Right? Damn. Oh. You in the Fast and Furious over there, Joe, or what?
No, that's Taj.
Oh, it was Taj's time? That was loud.
Where, like, this area on Bell is legitimately a drag strip.
Oh, the street behind my house at around 11 o'clock at night, people use it as like a drag strip as well. You just hear peeling out and just cars just...
That street's a good street for it, though, to be honest.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. It is a good street. But at 12 o'clock at night, last thing I want to freaking hear.
True.
Because the next thing I'm hoping for is just someone crashes through somebody's backyard.
But not yours.
I would be fine with it with mine, too.
Yeah,
it's not really my house. It's not really my house.
It's true.
As long as it didn't put a hole in your bedroom wall.
That would be different, yes.
That would be different.
Block fence, fine. I wouldn't be paying for it. House still wouldn't be paying for it, but it would be uncomfortable.
Yeah, minor inconvenience.
Yeah.
It'd be very drafty.
Very drafty.
Very drafty.
Very drafty.
Boom, got him.
This is true.
Boom.
Speaking of boom, got him. Comes naturally, we are...
Go.
Mike.
I am Cody, and today we're joined by...
Taj.
Yay!
Hooray!
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How's everyone's week going?
You know, another great day in the neighborhood.
Thumbs up from me.
How are you feeling there, Borosov?
I physically feeling not too bad. Still don't have much taste and smell. And still have a nice cough going. But not too bad.
A nice cough going.
Well, the good news is you were never COVID positive.
Yeah, right? Never COVID positive.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's just the worst flu ever, according to the tests.
Right?
With all the same symptoms as COVID, but without the positive.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is good at all.
No, that was awful. Nobody get that.
Try not to, bud. Trying not to.
Well, try harder.
I only make out with people I know.
I suppose that's good. I mean, might be very control-y if it's people you don't know.
Hey, teach their own, man. I ain't gonna tell you to live your life.
Actually kind of rapey, but you know.
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's a
use
bit rough.
that word on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Don't use the hard R.
Yikes.
Yeah.
What's the soft R sound like?
Control-y?
Control.
Wavy? Wavy.
Yeah.
Oh,
He don't know that term. He's dumb.
Does that make me dumb or does that make me smart?
Dumb. 'Cause smart people listen to this podcast.
Yeah, fuck you guys. I don't listen to your shit.
We know. We're well aware.
You're not well aware. I listen every once in a while.
I doubt that highly.
No, I really do.
Hey, speaking of listening, Mike, did you see that Zach Braff is joining the Cheaper by the Dozen reboot on Disney Plus?
Yeah, with Gabriel Union.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And they dropped a Mighty Ducks trailer today.
I didn't watch it. I saw it. Didn't watch it.
I didn't see it.
Neither did I. You didn't share it. Surprising.
I literally just watched it like right before we recorded too. I guess I could send it over and you guys watch it silently.
No.
Okay.
Too late.
Did later.
Not interested.
Fair enough.
Is anybody from the originals in it?
Emilio old ass Estevez is.
Oh yeah.
Look. Does he look old ass?
Looks like his dad.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like the president.
Yeah. Just pre-white hair. They didn't have white hair yet.
No whitey hair.
Nope. But he's got that Estevez jaw though.
Mm-hmm.
Holy smokes. That thing is wild.
Pronounced is the word you're looking for.
Yeah. Well, his is less pronounced and more just wide at this point. Because he got a little old man chub on him.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Which actually sounds worse than it should have. Old man chub. Old man flab, I should have said. It's okay, whatever. Don't matter. So what's happening, guys? What's going on in the news?
The only thing that I ran across that I would want to mention is that it looks like they announced the
Cast
a lot of the
for-
cast for Sandman,
Yeah, just looking at that.
which is pretty awesome because I know late last week, early this week, they announced that Gwendolyn
Christie
was cast in it, but they didn't say who she was. And now you have a full list here. Playing Dream is Tom Sturridge. Yeah, Sturridge.
Close enough.
So that's Morpheus, main character. Vivian I can't pronounce that last name, is playing Lucian, or the librarian of the Dreaming. And then, which was really cool, Gwendolyn Christie is playing Lucifer.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really dope. That's going to be awesome to see her play the devil. Charles Dance is Roderick Burris, which I don't quite remember who he is.
What's the old man who forms the group that captures Morpheus?
Okay, so he's the one that he's just really in it in the beginning.
Yep.
Geez, Boyd Holbrook. I don't know who he is, but he's playing the Corinthian, and all I can just see is the fucking mouth eyes.
He is the remember Logan? Remember the bad
Who's
guy
the
with
what?
the metal hands? The movie Logan?
Okay,
The bad guy
he
with
was
the
the
metal
main
hands?
villain.
Yeah, that's Boyd Holbrook. He was also in that one Western singing movie with the dude, if I'm not mistaken.
Western scene? You mean the one that
Called
the dude Family
Lone?
Guy that made?
I think so. Loneheart? Is that what it's called?
Oh, I think Joe's thinking of 10 Million Ways to Die in the West.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, no. The dude, as in, like, the dude abides.
Oh,
Crazy Heart.
Crazy Heart, that's
yeah,
the one.
Crazy Heart.
I believe he was in that one, right, Mike? Am I correct on that one?
I don't remember.
I want to say he was the young star in that one. Or, of course, am I thinking of a different movie? I can't remember. I could look it up right now.
Anyway, the last two that they announced on here, Sanjeev Bhaskar is playing Kane, and Asim Chowdhury is playing Abel.
Yep.
Again, those two guys I really don't know, but the cast is shaping up to be pretty awesome in some places here, and I can't wait for this to come out.
He was also in Narcos. Mike might know that one. I know he watched Narcos, I think, right?
I did not. I saw bits and pieces of it. That was Jin's deal.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you watched that with her or not. I was wrong. He was not in Crazy Heart. My bad. Who the hell was in Crazy Heart with the dude?
The younger star was Colin Farrell.
No, there was another one that was in that one too. Another younger actor. Doesn't matter.
E. Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, that's the one. Shakes head vigorously. Oh, Joe might know him better. He was the main dude in the Predator, the new Predator movie Shane Black did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's
I
him.
vaguely remember the characters from that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And how awesomely detailed they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I saw he was playing the Corinthian, I don't know why I can't say that name properly right away. All I could imagine is him wearing sunglasses, then take them off and see mouth, teeth, eyeball thingies, and then him eating eyeballs. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, it's gonna be so gross. It's gonna be awesome though. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even see. Did they? I don't think that in that article they gave like a release date that they're aiming for either.
And I don't think I saw one either.
Release date. No, it doesn't really say.
It was interesting they didn't mention who is playing Death, or not Death. Death, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Death. is the little girl.
Yeah, well, his sister, but yeah,
His sister, yeah, but I mean, she's literally portrayed as like a little girl,
like a teenager. Yeah, just fucked up.
teenager in it.
So
I
weird.
thought it was cool. Who did the voice of her in
Kat Dennings.
Kate Danny? Who?
Kat Dennings.
Pat Dennings did the voice of her in the Audible
Yep.
version. I swear to God, when I first listened to that, I could have swore that was Sarah Silverman because it kind of sounded like her from, or no, was it Sarah Silverman who was in Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it literally sounded like her to me. I almost thought it was her.
Yeah, I can see that. They have similar ways of speaking.
Mm-hmm. You know, she's 50. She's over 50 years old.
Sarah Silverman?
She still looks good.
Dude, right?
She still looks good.
I thought you were talking about Kat Dennings being over 50.
No.
I think you're wrong.
I was like, yeah, no, that ain't
Sarah
correct. But
Silverman.
yeah.
I was watching something a while ago, and she mentions how she's like 50 years old, and I was like, bullshit. And I looked it up, and sure enough, she's over 50, and I was like, bullshit.
I remember
Internet is a lie.
a while back, I was flipping through. This is like probably over 6-7 years ago. I was flipping through the channels, and an old episode of Star Trek was on, and she was on it. I was like, "What the fuck?"
This is Star Trek?
Yeah.
Holy
Which
shit.
Star Trek?
They were on
There's
Earth
so many.
then.
They were on Earth, so not Voyager.
Definitely not Voyager.
Probably not DS9 either, because I don't think that ever happened at Earth. So probably TNG.
Yeah.
Did TNG ever make it? Like they didn't. They certainly didn't go to Earth very often. But
Not very often, but they unless she was in the original.
Maybe it was a movie. It might have been one of the movies.
Maybe.
do you remember who else was in it?
No.
Oh,
I just
okay.
remember thinking it was weird. I was all like, that bitch, this is old. Why is she?
Hey, is she there? Hold on. Yes. Did you guys, speaking of other stuff real quick, did you see that Disney Plus is bringing a lot of new, I say, R-rated movies to the streaming service?
Yes.
Do you see it's not in America?
Did you see what?
Do you see that's not in America
Yet.
yet? It's
Oh,
gonna.
no,
it's,
I did not. I didn't
it's
read the
launching
whole
in
article.
UK only right now.
Boo. I just skimmed it because I was like, why are they what movies are they at? Then I realized because the headline was like ads like Die Hard and stuff. I was like, Die Hard's not a Disney movie, stupid.
Yes.
And then I realized that it is now because they own Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was Star Trek Voyager, by the way.
It was Voyager?
Yeah.
Like,
In 1996, played Rain Robinson in an episode called Future's End.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep. She was
That
also in
must have been like
Seinfeld and Jag.
like the final episode.
Dr. Katz, professional therapist. Futurama.
Futurama, yeah.
No, so this is part of that thing they announced during their we talked about it on their call to the investors. It's called Star, and it's the option you have to turn on mature content, and it's a new channel for your accounts, and you can lock it with the password. So if you have children on the same using the same device or account, you can lock them out of it without having them having the password. Or you can just option to have it as content, so it'll show up just like another channel, like National Geographic and Marvel and Star Wars do on there. It'll be the same thing, but it's called Star or Star. No, yeah, Star, not Stars, because that's
Star,
the other program. Yeah,
no,
Star.
it's called Star.
Yeah,
Launches in the UK on February 23rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the time comes, I wouldn't care if
comes.
Arya watched R-rated Fox type Disney movies because she's gonna get to them anyways. Probably watch them with me. I mean, if Die Hard is an example, everyone has to
Lovely
watch that.
Christmas movie.
Everyone
Great
has to
Christmas
watch that. So I mean, she's not exempt from that. So I get wanting to parental control it, but how many parents are really going to control it?
A lot.
Probably a lot, honestly.
Shame
well,
on them.
there will be a bunch, but there'll also be a bunch of people. I didn't know how to do it. My kid's watching this stuff. Well, you're a bad parent.
Yes, there definitely will be a lot of that. Those people will complain about their child watching Moulin Rouge and Deadpool.
Yeah, you're right about that. Those are the parents that we don't really appreciate.
Where was Deadpool in Moulin Rouge?
In the article that I'm
just kidding, joke.
What?
Because it sounded like you said in.
Oh no, and
Sorry.
That would have made that movie watchable, though.
It's the end.
If Deadpool was in that movie, it would have been much more watchable.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, no, the list of stuff on there, there was a bunch of stuff that I'd never heard of before on that list, and I was like, well, I don't know what this is. But it's apparently something owned that's not, good for the children's. But that's aight.
I don't recognize some of these either. The Favorite, the 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
That's the one with...
Sorry, Ebbing, Missouri, not Ebbing, Missouri. I mean, it is Ebbing, Missouri, but it's the 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Ebbing, Missouri.
Not another movie called Missouri.
Yeah.
That's a lot of commas and weird. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Coen... Is that one of the Coen brothers, right?
Pretty sure that it's Coen Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. One of their many good ones.
Speaking of things that people have never saw, did you see that Dave Chappelle was an answer from
oh my god
Jeopardy questions, and no one knew who he was? It was literally one of the video or picture questions. It was like a $2,000 answer. Who is this person? And it's literally just a picture of fucking Dave Chappelle, and nobody got it. And I was like, how do you guys?
That's so disappointing.
Because they're fucking trivia nerds. They don't know entertainment.
But aren't they, like, if there's something I learned from White Men Can't Jump, is that aren't they kind of given the categories and they can study for them beforehand?
Yes and no. They're given...
To be honest, that's the only thing I learned from White Men Can't Jump.
I learned that white men can't jump, Joe.
Nope, didn't learn that either.
Hey,
I learned that Woody Harrelson could jump.
Mm-hmm.
No, he couldn't? I don't remember that.
Hey, did he got one at the end?
He did get one at the end. Okay,
That's
yeah.
what I thought. He got one at the end.
Yeah, one doesn't count as being able to do something.
Yep.
Where is this stupid list that I just closed? Fuck it, I don't know, whatever. But anyways, we can talk about some trailers we watched this week, right? Ones we did watch, maybe?
Yes, we should.
Only the 2 that I watched. Sure. Well, I guess
did you watch?
Technically 3. Did I rewatch the Ghostbusters trailer this week? I can't remember. What was the Disney animated one?
Raya and the Last Dragon.
That was dope.
Yeah.
Looks so good. And I'm starting to figure out...
She has?
I'm starting to figure out kind of where I think the R-rated portions could have been.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I really would love to see them.
So if you don't know what Taj is talking about, early viewings of that movie got an R rating for violence.
Really?
Yes.
Somebody got decapitated with that freaking whip sword she had.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, what now?
I love the way she talks about it, too. It's just like, well, I've got this sword.
Right? All I could think of during that was, like, I want a video game that has something like that.
Yeah, it's called Soul Calibur.
Yeah, I do remember that type of sort of Soul Calibur, but like,
and then
just literally make this into a video game.
Yeah.
Just have somebody rolling around with that fucking whip sword.
And then didn't they have that same sword in? Was it Darksiders 3?
They probably had something like that.
I think she had that sword like that too. Yeah, no, that'd be Brad because that thing is fucking gnarly. And then yeah, so that movie looks crazy, right? Like gnarly crazy. Mike, did you watch that one or no?
I did.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's super dope.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes in that. I was like, oh, so they just using real imagery and just throwing cartoons on top of them. That's cool.
Right.
That's cool.
Fucking Ninja Baby was hilarious.
Ninja Baby was hilarious, and then Aquafina was tremendous in that.
Oh, as the dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she talks about, like, I'm not the best dragon. You've done a group project, and there's that one person. I was like, I have done group projects, and I do know that one person.
Look how short my stomach is. You know how much is going to aid in digestion?
Oh yeah, look how close my butt is.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. Yeah, that made me giggle a lot. And then of course Godzilla versus Kong trailer droppies, and oh man.
Oh man, looks so good.
Like, yeah, please, yes, please. Can I get at least 3 more of these? This many more of those.
It's literally what I there's like certain types of movies that I like. Like there's a couple. There's like movies that are supposed to be good and like thoughtful, well written, well directed, well performed. But the other kind of movies I really like are movies that are literally just supposed to be fun popcorn movies. Like Pacific Rim, you know what I mean? Like the last Godzilla movie, and this is the ultimate, like, just like I'm already annoyed with some of the internet comments talking about how like who would win, like getting irrationally upset about the who will win argument, that it's a stupid unfair advantage for Godzilla's gonna smoke him, blah blah blah. I'm like, you guys are missing the point, dude. Like we just get to see giant monsters that we know and love and have a long history with fight each other. Like, just fucking turn your brain off and enjoy like big fucking giant monsters beating each other up and explosions. Like, that's all this movie is supposed to be, and it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna deliver. But even then, like, I don't even know how people can make the claim that it's just gonna be lopsided. At the very least, the way the trailer portrays it, Kong is holding his own, to say the least.
And he's got a cool club.
A huge fucking club or whatever that thing is.
So that's the thing that I know we talked about this before the trailer came out, and it was one thing that I said myself, like, look, Godzilla would have to win this fight because Kong is still pretty young unless he grows up within this amount of time that between Skull Island and whenever this takes place.
50 years.
On top of that, he has to have a way, there's no way that he has a defense against that radioactive breath. Well, right here in the trailer, they show that he does now. There's some sort of mystical hammer something or other that he gets a hold of.
Probably the giant monkey axe.
Giant monkey axe, whatever it is. But something right there. They literally show it's absorbing his radioactive breath. So it's like, well, and he's damn near the same height as Godzilla. So it's like, things are on an even battleground now.
But even too, if you want to like get into it, like they tell you in the trailer, like whether they say something of Godzilla's attack or being provoked by something we can't see or attacking or something like that.
Keep showing in the Monarch.
And he's been the good guy the last 2 movies, so obviously something is happening with him. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, we can let that play out and be super stoked for the fight or two that they're gonna have against each other, but be even more stoked for the fight they're not showing us when they team up and beat the fuck out of
fuck out of someone.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
they showed so many other monsters too in this movie. Kong was just going ape on a bunch of like fucking monsters.
I see it there.
It's so appropriate too. I love it.
Yeah. So that was stuff that was just quick stuff that we don't even know how it's set up. But yeah, whatever happens with the squishy people side of things, where whatever is happening with the Monarch side of things, and we know how Godzilla, King of All Monsters, was it?
Yeah.
Ended with Monarch getting a hold of Ghidorah. Yeah. No.
Ghidorah.
What was it?
Ghidorah. King Ghidorah.
Ghidorah's head. So we could see Mecha Ghidorah at the end of this thing. I mean, come on.
So there was I read an IGN article that said that they think it might be Mechagodzilla.
Maybe too. Either way, I totally agree. Like, he's being controlled by something that Monarch is doing, and at the end, the squishy people are going to figure out what's happening and stop it. And then that's when the big bad other monster comes out, and then Kong and Godzilla team up.
And in the trailer too, again, that like people, I haven't like deep dived on the like articles or breakdowns or anything, but just the Twitter comments on it, because I wasn't even looking for it. It was just on the main timeline because that many people were talking about it. Was but the in the trailer again, or if you remember the last Godzilla movie, they had that like that radio wave that was fucking with the monsters that were provoking. Like it's obviously something of that nature, probably. You know what I mean? Like like no one's. I think people are forgetting that there's two other movies in this universe directly before this that gives you a lot of hints as to what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
I said directly before.
Oh,
like
okay.
Kong Skull Island's not really giving you a whole lot of hints about, outside of the fact that there was.
It just sets up Kong.
Yeah, there's other fucking creatures, and Kong's been beating the shit out of them. That's it. But I just mean in terms of like the technology and the what is the monarch or something like that? Whoever the agency is that's fucking with all this shit.
And Monarch is the air quotes good company. The bad company, the one led by Charles Dance's character at the end of the movie, is the Splinter group that's not part of Monarch. They're the bad people.
right.
But yes, very much so. Yeah, it's they're hinting a lot that they're not telling us, obviously, but they're like, just so you know, don't get your hopes up. It's not like 2 hours of them just fighting each other. It's going to be like
they're doing a good job
43 minutes of it.
Of dangling some little gems and nuggets to just kind of get you really excited without giving away the farm.
Dangling nuggets.
Yeah, because we're really not getting much plot here. We're just really getting Godzilla versus Kong on the water, Godzilla versus Kong on land, and that was really it. Oh, and here's Kong's fucking apex.
Yeah, with a shard of some kind of blue glowy thing that apparently
absorbs radiation breath.
Yeah, so whatever. I don't know. Special math.
Are they selling this figure? Because I want this figure.
Yeah, that's a toy.
I'm getting that.
It's from a company called SH Monster Arts, and it sells in June for $68.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
If that's not like a foot tall or larger, I'd be.
I was gonna say it needs to have some size on it.
Yeah, it looks pretty big. Joe, what do you think of the setting of Joel Bruckheimer fucking city there? Well, Joel Schumacher island that they're fighting on with all the buildings.
Like Tokyo?
Yeah, like the neon Tokyo like setting they had. I was like, is that Joel Schumacher town? Holy shit!
Me.
I was like,
I don't care if signs are fucking neon.
No, the buildings were neon.
The buildings are neon too. Don't care as long as the cars.
It's a defense mechanism against giant monsters.
As long as the cars that are supposed to be stealthy aren't fucking rocking what
ground effects
or rice? Yeah, ground effects. That's what I was trying to think of.
Hey, I haven't looked at studio wise, but is there a possibility of a Pacific Rim crossover with these guys?
It's legendary, so possibly yes.
Guillermo del Toro, I did read somewhere, said that he would love to have Pacific Rim fight those guys.
Guillermo del Toro is my fucking hero. Then
he's a badass. He's redoing. What is he redoing that I just saw?
Probably everything.
Pinocchio.
But it's never going to be finished because it's Guillermo del Toro, and the last 15,000 projects that he's done haven't been finished.
Pinocchio.
No, hold on.
Pinocchio.
He tells you no.
Oh, Pinocchio, no.
Oh.
Dang, got me.
Damn it.
Is it Pinocchio?
It's Pinocchio. It's Pinocchio. It's Pinocchio. It's Pinocchio. Wasn't right the first goddamn time. Would have been right then.
That wasn't the one that I was thinking of him remaking. If that makes you feel better.
It doesn't.
Well, I don't care.
Okay, that's fair. His next real movie, though, he's actually doing is called Nightmare Alley. It's based on a book, if that's what you're trying to think of.
That sounds interesting, just from the title.
So what? You have Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark 2, Pinocchio, Nightmare Alley, The Witches. Is that what you're talking about? The Witches?
I think it's The Witches.
That's the one that
Which one?
it just came out on that one on the HBO Max. It was produced by him.
Produced by him, yeah. Robert Zemeckis wrote it and directed it.
Zemeckis?
Well, wrote it along with somebody named Kenya Barris.
Yeah. Based on the book and the movie. That's the one where they got in trouble because they made fun of people with deformed arms.
Wait, Troll Hunters?
I'm in.
Troll Hunters is the Netflix show that he did as part of the Arcadia. Yeah.
I was really, I see that it's animated now. That's why I trailed off. I was really hoping it was a sequel to that really kind of like awful, but still kind of good. I think it was called Troll Hunters. It was
Troll
on,
Hunters.
Netflix, but it was that live action pseudo documentary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Troll Hunters is awesome.
It's a video game.
Well, they made a video game too.
Oh, it's listed as video game characters here.
Well, here's an interesting thing. Guess who?
Filmography, which is weird. I don't get it. I don't get anything these days except COVID.
That's true. No, you sort of got COVID.
You don't even get that.
So guess who is the distributor of Pacific Rim? Warner Brothers.
No, distributor? Warner.
No.
Legendary is the production company, but Warner Brothers is the distributor, which means that's HBO Max.
Just getting better.
Mike just got hard. I heard it hit the desk.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so that's cool and all. What else was I gonna say about that too? Yeah, but I would like to see can you imagine a Jaeger Godzilla combo fight against a bunch of crazy ass kaiju?
It'd be awesome. The best thing is that you set that up in Pacific Rim. Like, you have a portal that can go to other worlds. It doesn't have to just go to the one world where the kaiju are coming from.
Yep. And they're like, oh shit, we found a world that has a giant lizard that's on their planet. We should go kill it. And then they're like, oh wait, there's worse things here. Let's go kill them with the aid of this giant monkey and this giant lizard. Yes,
and
please.
They accidentally bring along their own kaiju.
And then Godzilla's like, oh, let's kill this thing.
Kaiju. So now you have Godzilla, Kong, and Pacific Rim all teaming up against kaiju.
What if you find out that King Ghidorah is from that alien world?
Right? Totally possible.
And then that's like, he didn't have the portal to this version of the world, and like different ones went the other way. And they're like, oh, you know what we should do? Murder all the kaiju, including King Ghidorah, whatever version you have now, with these giant robots and that giant lizard and that giant angry monkey that never seems to be happy.
Boom. We just wrote Godzilla 3.
You're welcome.
Pay us money.
It's actually Godzilla 4, but we're not going to split hairs. Just saying. I mean, if this would be 3.
Yeah, that's true.
But it is Pacific Rim 3.
Yeah, but do we really want to
rimming with a vengeance?
Pacific Rim?
No, not how much people hated the second one.
Not after 2.
2 was good, man. It just wasn't as good. It was way more popcorn than it was anything else.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Guillermo del Toro.
Nah. It was Steven DeKnight.
And I think that makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
Not just from a directorial, stylistic, but del Toro didn't have anything to do with it, so.
Nope, that's what happens when you make stuff for other people.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Did somebody just catch a sub?
Someone just got pinged. They under
just
attack.
Red Octobered?
Yeah, you better mute everything so you can get picked up again on sonar.
Well, I mean,
You can get torpedoed, son.
Gotta go deep.
Go deep. Gross.
Deep or go home.
Or go deep to go home?
Live there. I don't know. What are we talking about anymore?
Apparently fucking. There was something else I was going to talk about, and I don't know what it is now.
Well,
we got
had
distracted.
Burger King died this past week. That sucked.
Yep. So did the baseball player.
What? Who died?
Yeah.
Baseball player?
Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron died.
Forgot about that.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Cloris Leachman?
Cloris Leachman was yesterday, right, Mike? Or this morning
Yeah.
or something like that? That was crazy.
Yesterday.
Larry King.
We said that already, mister. I was on
I
mute.
wasn't listening. I got pinged. Excuse me.
You got sonar.
Multitask a little better.
Yeah, okay.
I can try.
You could
Doesn't
try.
mean it'll happen.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
Shut the fuck up.
I will not. That makes it for a very shitty podcast.
Well, I mean, Mike and Joe
some.
have voices.
Yeah, sometimes.
See?
Not ones that anybody wants to listen to.
Oh,
Boom. Wait, oh man.
Oh no.
Oh, gross.
Self burn.
Boom.
Got
Shit.
me.
Did you do? Oh, look at that! Baz Luhrmann's Elvis Presley biopic featuring Tom Hanks has been pushed back to the summer of 2022.
Are we surprised about any of this anymore? Like,
Not really, no.
no. There's a list of movies. I wish. Actually, it might still be in my Apple TV history here. Come on. Apple TV history, my Apple News history. That was like all the movies that got pushed back to next year. And there was legit ones on there that was like, oh shit, that's right, that didn't come out yet.
There's a bunch.
Like, obviously, Quiet Place 2 pushed back again to next year. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. I remember when we had tickets to go see that double feature.
We were so close. We were so close
to seeing it, and it got pushed back.
Thanks a lot, pandemic. You couldn't have waited one more weekend?
Seriously, one more weekend. That's all we had to do.
Yeah, one more. That's it. That's all I needed. Motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers. God, how long ago did I look at that article?
I mean, if it was for me, it was probably a long time ago because I read a lot of news, and most of it's all through Apple News of some sort because it's so convenient
that's all
in one
I pretty
place.
much do too. Is just scroll through Apple News.
I can just add whatever stuff I want to read about, and it all shows up there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I didn't know Dave Chappelle tested positive for COVID.
Yeah, they canceled a bunch of their Texas shows.
For fuck's sake. Come on, Biden, fix it already.
He's trying.
Jesus Christ.
At least he's doing something.
Yeah,
right?
well, that's true. He is doing something, so I mean, I can't really be too angry. I mean, I can, but that'd be dumb. Hey, Mike, let me get your opinion. I know you watch a lot of Food Network, and I don't know. I know Taj might, but I know Joe doesn't really.
Nope.
How angry do you get watching Beat Bobby Flay?
Oh, it's pretty annoying. I don't like it. I don't like any of the Bobby Flay shows.
Well, you don't like Bobby Flay. I realize that.
No, I don't even have a problem with Bobby Flay. Like I'm okay with Bobby Flay like on other stuff or his own show, you know, where he's not trying to like embarrass a small business who specialized in one particular thing and make their whole livelihood off of that. Like the shows where he's not doing that, I'm fine with. But it's the fact that he's such a dick that he has multiple shows about just embarrassing people who have their own specialty and stuff. It's not cool.
I bring it up. I bring it up.
Those things aren't better than the other people too.
Yeah, no, I bring it up because Paige gets real mad at that show. Like, we were watching it right before I came in to record, and she was like anger yelling at the TV because like the dude that has this. And for Joe, who may not know this is, and Taj has this on mute.
Yeah, but I'm listening, and I'm curious as to why she gets so angry.
So the show, if you don't know what the show is, everybody who's listening besides just Joe, the show, Bobby invites two people he knows very well, usually someone from Food Network and usually another celebrity type person, and then he has them bring in a chef of their own, so each one gets one. that they think is going to beat Bobby Flay or has an opportunity to beat Bobby Flay. And then Bobby gives those two chefs an ingredient they have to use to battle each other first. And then the winner...
Cooking theme.
What?
Cooking theme, not ingredient.
A lot of times it's the ingredient. Because they'll get, like, the one we watched earlier was, like, bison meat. Anyhow. So he gives them this. They go head-to-head. Then the celebrity people he brings in choose which one they think is better suited to go against Bobby Flay out of those two. Then the twist on it, as you say, would be the person who wins to go against Bobby Flay, they get to choose their signature dish to go against Bobby Flay's version of their signature dish. Right? Okay. So
Yep.
Bobby wins like 98% of the time. And it pisses her off because these people, this is their signature dish, right? And they're always like hard up trying to fix it in a way. And you're like, this is your signature dish. And the one that got her, that threw off the fucking edge this time, that we just had to stop, was the dude picked a chicken club sandwich as a specialty dish.
That was a specialty dish.
Thank you very much. And Bobby even said out loud, I ordered that off of a hotel menu in my room. And I was like, shots fired. So what happens? The dude fucks his own dish up by adding too much random shit to it. And Bobby's like, nah, I'm going to go simple. I'm just going to dress up the chicken. And the entire time he's saying, I'm not going to make a side. And the judges, like the two celebrity people are like, you should make a side. Like, there's always a side that goes with the sandwich. Bobby's like, I don't need a side. And the dude's like, I'm making a side. I'm making my own pickles and I'm making my own potato chips. And Bobby's like, I don't need it. Guess what? The judges, the secret judges that judge the contest at the end, say about Bobby's dish.
So I would have. It didn't need a side.
I would have liked the side, but it didn't need it. The entire time they're just picking on Bobby because he's not making a side, and he's fucking right. And Paige is losing her shit. And I had to put on SpongeBob to calm her down before she murdered me, right then and there. And I was like, God damn.
Anyhow, you know what calms her? Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, or Courage the Cowardly Dog that does it too.
That's a good one too.
Man, that show, I haven't watched that in years. I'm almost positive that they made that show on acid.
Probably.
A lot of shows like that.
Oh no, rewatch it. It's on HBO Max now.
Well, it was interesting. I read something not too long ago about it, where if you really think about the show, the reason why it's so weird looking is because it's from the dog's perspective. It's from Courage's perspective. So, of course, from a dog's perspective, the most normal of stuff is going to be fucking terrifying. And the reason why it looks like the farm isn't literally in the middle of nowhere is because he doesn't really go outside per se. Like, he goes outside, but to him, his world is only that house.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. It's just
desolate on everywhere else. So
apparently dogs are on acid.
It kind of explains that it looks like, the dog's just on acid the whole entire time.
And he has that goddamn hole in his tooth.
Right?
Which I don't understand. You guys all watched SpongeBob before? Like, I never really watched SpongeBob except for when we were on vacation that one time. And that's like seems all we watched on everything was SpongeBob for some reason. We watched an episode right before I came in here where Plankton was trying to steal the Krabby Patty recipe.
Down.
Because like it happens like 19 times or something like that. But there's this one where like he basically keeps getting thwarted, and at one point Krabs flushes him down the toilet. Then he says, and here comes the chaser, and then you hear the toilet flush again, and I was like, did Krabs just shit on Plankton?
Probably.
I was like, God damn, he shit on that sea cucumber. That's fucked up. Anyhow,
if you had to guess what type of drug certain shows, especially like older, like Nickelodeon type shows, were made on, like Ren and Stimpy,
Coke,
Shrooms.
No, Coke.
Like most of those shows back then were just so fucking sideways. There's no way you could be sober and make it.
No,
Sometimes you couldn't be sober to watch it.
true.
Right. The one thing I thought cool about SpongeBob that I learned some time ago, did you know that the guy who created it was a marine biologist?
Yeah,
It was really weird to me when I learned that.
which is really weird because I don't think that's why he went to make cartoons, because I don't think he's a very good marine biologist, because there's some physics stuff that don't work in that show, like campfires. How does that work? They're underwater.
Magic. Movie magic.
How do you roast marshmallows underwater?
Technically,
To a campfire.
you can have fire underwater. It just has to be very specific.
How would Sponge be talking like that all the time?
How do you know they don't
So
talk?
ridiculous.
How do you know they don't
Most
talk?
Sponges don't talk.
Yeah, dummy. Yeah, no, it's just funny because like I'm watching it and I'm like, I laugh the dumbest things, and Paige's like, "What?" And I was like, he just poured water, like into a glass. He's like, "I'm thirsty," and he pours water into a glass, and he's underwater.
Yeah.
And I was like, they just let you forget that he's underwater
They do.
until
They
he
very
like,
much do, but that's all in the writing, because there are parts of the show where you very much know he is underwater, and then there's other parts where they lead you away from it.
yeah. And there's a part where there's a survival thing where they're trying to start a fire and he can't get it to start, and he's like, "There's too much water in the air." And I was like, don't you mean there's too much air in the water? Like, what the hell? Oh no, I'm sorry. That's what it was. It was. He said there wasn't enough air in the water. That's what it was. And I was like, huh. I guess you would need. Yeah, I was like, I guess you would need more air for fire. So I guess that's correct. Yeah, it was just that shows. It just makes me laugh whenever I watch it.
The show is so very much adult
Oh, it's ridiculous.
that I don't even know how they can pass it off as a kid's show.
All kids shows have some sort of adult.
Yeah, but this is
I say
this is
all,
an
but obviously that not all.
adult show.
Like all the ones we used to watch.
Oh yeah,
SpongeBob for sure is an
stuff
adult show.
Like adult.
it's all innuendo. As long as you don't spell it out for them, kids won't know what you're talking about until they're older.
Yeah, but the adults know directly, like immediately. The
To be
innuendos
honest
are
with
just
you, if you have a kid and you're forced to watch kids shows, wouldn't you want to also watch something that had a little bit for you in it as well?
That's why Disney movies work so well,
Yeah.
True.
and Pixar movies especially.
Pixar movies are great for that.
Anyways, that's all I had. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to talk about.
No.
Nothing I can think of.
I just thought it was funny that she got real fucking angry at that show.
The only cooking shows that I watch are on YouTube, and it's really just Mythical Kitchen, and every once in a while, like Babish, or if I'm in the mood, what's his name from Bon Appetit?
Brad?
Brad, yeah.
Brad's
Brad.
the best. Speaking of binging with Babish, whatever his actual name is, not Babish, which is weird.
Andrew.
Something or other. He was a judge on that episode of Beat Bobby Flay. He was one of the special judges at the end that's supposed to blindly judge Bobby's dish and the competitor's dish.
That's
Now,
cool.
I was like, look at this guy. He did a one camera fucking don't show my face YouTube show where he made basic ass dishes from movies and other things. And look at him, he's a mystery judge on Beat Bobby Flay.
Hey man, he'd become really big.
And they
He's got
showed
own
his face.
basically little kitchen production company now that he's brought on Sola as well.
Yeah, and there's other ones coming too. They did I think it was Architectural Digest did a thing on his new house / studio, where like the bottom 2 floors are his production studio, and the top 2 floors are his home.
Mm-hmm.
That place is ridiculous, and it's in like the middle of New York. I was like, this motherfucker blew up big from YouTube.
Dude, that kitchen looks nice.
Yeah, dude. Like that's insane to think that just like 4 years ago.
Maybe a little bit more than that, but yeah.
Yeah, and he was just out of his basic ass apartment. Then he got like a nice apartment. And then he's like, fuck it, production studio home.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's madness.
Oh, and even Alton Brown every once in a while that pops up.
Yeah, because of his quarantine kitchen stuff.
Yeah.
Every now and then he'll just put. He's so much funnier on YouTube too than he is his shows because he'll talk about how it's his YouTube channel, so he can tell you what he actually likes in terms of like name brands and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes me laugh a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. That's it for this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We are
Go.
Mike.
I'm Cody, and again we were joined by
Daj.
Also, as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
In your face.
Bye.